And good evening and welcome to the CTN Sports Game of the Week. I'm Kevin Bryant, folks. We have ourselves a soccer match coming to you from Hallway Field. The Pioneers, you see the record there for their squad, and the Terry Collins-led River Rats. Well, this is an early season match, folks, so both teams are trying to get their legs up under them before really getting into the heart and the nuts and bolts of the season. So right now, we're about to get going here. Terry Collins and I, we spoke before the match, and he's in the middle of that little circle, I believe, with the River Rats. And he was telling me that his line, breaking down all three lines, have been playing well. But the continuity of some of the scorers and the attackers just hasn't come together yet. So a match like this, he's hoping to have, some of these guys become familiar with one another, where they're at, to just feel comfortable when passing and attacking the net. For the Pioneers, they're a team that have played together on club sports a lot more than the River Rats, so protecting their home field is on their minds tonight. Well, the kickoff is underway. Here we go. Now, one of the differences of the River Rats than a lot of other teams is that a lot of their players are not playing club sports. They're playing other sports throughout the season. So you see a lot of different athletes that you might see on a basketball court or maybe on a baseball diamond out here playing soccer. And that's a epitome of what Coach Collins was saying in the beginning, players dribbling with their head down and not looking and passing to an open area. And that'll turn the ball over to the Pioneers. Kind of a breezy night. You see the jerseys blowing. Might be able to see some bend it like Beckham shots from the outside from these guys. There's a little hold there, not called by the official. It's one way of gaining possession of the ball if you're the Rats. Good job of coming back into the play was Humani. And that'll be a corner, I believe, coming up for the Rats. Actually, it did not go over the goal line, so this might be just a common throw-in. That's correct. So we're in the early moments of this match here on CTN Sports Game of the Week. Just play that back to the keeper. They got the mask on the keeper. Look, maybe a broken nose there. Let's see if we can catch his name. Not sure if that is Trap. Ben Trapp or not. Let's check a look. I think that is the senior. Oh, that's gotta hurt. That put a smile on number 8's face, Lane. Now, I believe it's Lane who the coach told me. This is a kid that is really good with the horn instrument. Has people coming from all around to see him play the horn. Maybe not soccer, though. That was Lane or Dante, I believe that's the horn player. We'll figure that one out. Lane there, number 8, is one of the backers. He's a senior backer, so Maybe he's not accustomed to that play. Coming well outside the net there is the keeper. Good job. Didn't even take possession of the ball, but took it right off the foot of the Pioneer attacker. The Pioneers very deliberate with their passing. There's a very good ball. Just outside of, I think that was Mitchell, number 17. Let's take a quick look at the passing right now of the Pioneers. You can see how they're just right on each other's foot, and they're working it around. And then that's what we're talking about, the difference between the River Rats as well as the Pioneers. Pioneers a little bit more skilled when it comes to dribbling and passing to each other. Right now, the Pioneers doing a better job of possessing the ball and trying to get upfield with it, but not really getting into the attack zone. A lot of midfield play right now. And you've seen a lot of style if you've been out watching a lot of high school soccer, of teams really playing different varieties of formations. And right now you're seeing a very spread out, open field for the Pioneers, trying to create some attacking lanes. Some very good footwork trying to get through those defenders. That's Bailey, number 9 for the Rats. And there's that trust factor that Coach Collins was talking about, how you can see the River Rat players are a little bit more bunched together, not good spacing of the field. On the flip side, the Pioneers doing a good job of opening up the field and trying to develop attacking lanes. Somebody over there getting a bird's eye view, right? Great night to take some shots. Picturesque night with the clouds setting now here and over Hallway Field. Had a good fans up in the stands as well too. A very good move there, getting around for the shot. That was Josh Martins. Caulfield on the shot, the senior. Maybe we can take a look at his footwork to get through for that shot in a second, as the Rats punt the ball back upfield. And we'll take a look at that. Look at this footwork. Really carving a hole through the defense of the Rats. Unable to get any air on that shot, though. And right now the Pioneers are really keeping the ball inside their attack zone and really peppering the net so far with shots. Here once again you see the pressure being applied. Good job there coming over on the defense for one of the defensemen in front of Ben Trapp, the keeper for the River Rats. And that ball is shot a little bit too far upfield for any of the attackers to catch up to. As the clouds come in, it seems like it's calming down the wind down there on the field somewhat. We had nearly the bleachers blowing away earlier. Very windy day in southeastern Michigan. Lane, he's a big guy out there. He's got to get his feet up off of that carpet. You can see him dragging those big size, I don't know, 15. He's got on some colorful shoes too. They really stick out. Again, I think the wind may be causing some havoc on some of those centering passes from the outside. There's a strong throw in. Officials letting these guys play. You can see some hand action going for the Rat defenders trying to slow down the Pioneers. There's a good ball. What a save coming out of the net and coming in with a diving block of that opportunity. Giving your body up like that's probably why you got a mask on. Good job, keeper. Watch this, coming out. Kept his eye right on the ball. There's a shot of Coach Collins down there with the hat on, screaming out signals to his team. Coach Collins has been around for many, many years in the building over there. I call it the River Dome, but that's because alumni can't do that, right? There's a great shot right off of the top post. What a centering pass. Did they count that one? And it looks like they are going to count that score because everyone's walking up. Let's take a quick look at that shot because it was from the outside. Not sure if it actually went in. We do have the luxury of taking a look. Man, a nice 20 yards. Man, did that go over the net? It went the top goalpost and it kind of went down. We're going to take another look at that one, folks. They do have a kickoff, so the scoreboard hasn't awarded the goal, but they did have a kickoff, so let's take a look. That goes straight down. It didn't seem like it crossed over the inline. And it didn't even hit the, maybe, let's take a quick look at the scoreboard because they're not putting the score on the big scoreboard, so I'm not sure if that, unfortunately, we can't verify until they announce it, or they put it on the scoreboard if that was a goal. But we did have a kickoff, folks. Let's take one more look, and let's slow this one down, guys. Yeah, it goes off the wrong post. So I wonder why it was a kickoff, and that's probably why. It was just probably a center kickoff because it didn't go off the actual goalpost. It went off the football goalpost. So 27 minutes remaining in this first half. Or is that for you soccer aficionados, the 18-minute mark? I don't know. Don't want to be too technical. I keep it light here, folks. This is CTN Sports. Wow, those two are getting to know each other out there. A little tangle-up action, but I guess the official decided there was no advantage either way. Why call a penalty? So we went to a soccer match and a dance broke out. Boy, the weather really has been playing havoc on everyone this week in Michigan. We started off, and it would seem to be, winter coat weather. Then you go to, summertime again, and now, you got breezes blowing like you're, I don't know, Serengeti. I don't know. I've never been there, but it's blowing out there, folks. Two teams seemed evenly matched. Easy for me to say. Oh, there's a move. Wow. A lot of physical play. Some bumps and bruises on a Friday night. Triggering it very quickly are the Pioneers, really keeping the pressure on, and we'll get a substitution for the Rats coming in is Chang, number 18. Check that, that's 10, Chu. And folks still, they're prepared for everything. I see everything from spring jackets over there to winter toboggans on top of people's heads. There's a tricky ball. Anytime the ball gets in the air tonight, it's going to be tough for the keepers to gauge when to come up and take it out of the air because of the blowing wind is shifting the ball around. Pioneers not allowing the Rats to cross midfield at all. Once again, number 10, Josh is good with his feet. Here he is coming in with the throw-in. Well, a baby throw-in, right? You just to re-trigger it. We're just trying to catch Josh weaving through the traffic of the Rats defense, and he's been good with the feet. Still hasn't been able to set his balance and get off a good strike for the net, though. The Rats have done a good job on the defensive end. Looks like we are going to get a couple new players out onto the pitch.
Jake Bernstein, number 15, in for Huron for Pioneer. Number 6, Louis Fischera. Number 22, H.J. Kim.
Once again, the Pioneers immediately flip the field. Now here's an opportunity on the breakaway. Just looks like that shot was by H.J. Kim. Just entered the game, and he comes in and catches a very good ball out front. It looks like it's going to end up being a corner for the Pioneers.
Huron will have the ball.
And he came in. It looks like Kim took one step too many and really cut off his own angle at the net. You can still see how the wind is blowing right there on that flag. And then taking another quick look. You see Kim just took one step too many before he released that shot. Gave Trapp an opportunity to cut off the angle. Now we're back to live action. Boy, Trapp is going down on the ground and really doing a good job of corralling those shots on net. Once again, the Pioneers are peppering the net, and Trapp is coming out and covering both both sides of the net. And right now, it would behoove the Pioneers to maybe try a shot with a little bit of that. Put some air up under the ball, because Trap right now is really covering those ground strikes easily. Almost a handball there. And it looks like it was called. And you can see there on the attack, the Rats aren't as patient on the attack as the Pioneers, unleashing shots from poor angles from the outside, not being patient. Now the temperature is really dropping now. You can feel it as the clouds completely blanket us here at Hallway Field.
Penny Wang with the ball.
Here's a nice defensive header. Oh, and that's a goal.
You're on goal.
They can't get it together, but that was a good goal. It was a goal for the Rats. After all of that action by the Pioneers, and I was just about to compliment the good defensive play right there for the header, but the ball never cleared. And still inside, the River Rat player goes up top, over for the goal. And I think that ball is going in already from Steele Hurley off of the first header, and then Dawson finished it off. I think that was actually Jake Bernstein who had his head all in the net. But that goal, we're going to give that goal to Steele Hurley. She's got a strong name, right? Watch it. Steele Hurley, number 5, through the hands of the keeper, actually. And Zimko in the net for the Pioneers, the junior, it just slipped through those gloves. He might want to, rub those gloves a little bit. I don't know, throw some spit on there, rub it together, make them a little sticky or something, because he had his hands all on it. Rats take a 1-0 lead. That was scored right around, let's say, 19-20 remaining in the first period. I'm sure you soccer folks are out there with, no, Kevin, that's not how you say the score. That's how I do. Well, that's taking it, giving your body up for the team. Chang for the Rats. Took it in the chest and just strolled back downfield. I think that goal really woke up the attackers for Huron. You can see them a little bit more energy in their steps now. And for a young team, that's just what they needed. For Coach Collins talking about his team really hasn't found themselves yet. A goal early in a crosstown rivalry match like this, it goes a long way. Pioneers right back at their attack. You can see now they're doing a good job of sharing the ball with one another, keeping it alive there. Andrew Lee, number 24, right in the middle there. That shot off of Cody's foot, Maka Cody. really a cross breeze going across the stadium, so not really an advantage either way for either team with this wind. Stadium sits north to south, and wind's coming in strong out of the west. Running out of field there on the dribble. Looks like that was, I don't think that was Martins Camfield again, number 10. And triggering it for the Rats. I think that was Zoltan, number 13. Steel Hurley's everywhere, scoring goals, getting back, playing some defense. There's number 5. And the Rats are the more physical team. You can see there some pushing and shoving, and the Pioneer players are hitting the turf while the Rats are still matriculating upfield. Not a lot of whistles either out of the officials, letting both teams play. Some good defense there. Cody, number 32 for the Pioneers. You see the difference, the styles of play. Very apparent that the Pioneers are more comfortable playing in space, while the River Rats are more bunched up. And more dribbling out of the Rats and more passing out of the Pioneers. Just under 14 minutes remaining here in this first period, opening half. A couple defenders not communicating well there. 2 players guarding one attacker. About the 3rd corner for Pioneer. Their 2nd time they're triggering it to the left of the keeper. Pioneers, instead of setting it, they try to set it from up top. Unfortunate there. Pass was kind of flat. Looking for space and nobody home. So that'll be a turnover, and we'll get a change of possession as well as some new players running out onto the field. You got Turnbull, Lane, and Batista, I believe, coming in for the Rats. Didn't catch the new player for the Pioneers. I think John Hammond, though, longtime announcer here at Hallway Field, will do the honors. It's always nice to go to fields and you hear those same voices and always see, you know, some familiar faces. And one familiar face I hope you're checking out, I know I am, is those folks over at weloveannarbor.com. It's a new paper that I found in the area, and boy, they're doing a great job of not only covering high school sports, but other news and entertainment and everything happening around the Ann Arbor area, folks. There's the logo, weloveannarbor.com. Check them out. And then as well, if you're online, don't forget following us out on our Facebook page. You can follow me on Twitter and follow CTN Sports on Twitter. We've tweeted out a couple photos tonight. And again, you can always check our action out on YouTube. If you have the Comcast Channel 19, our games are shown there. And if you don't, guess what? We have you covered on YouTube. And plus, I love watching it on YouTube because it's in scintillating high definition. So now we're back to that same action that kind of started off the match where both teams are playing right in the middle of the field. Just jostling back and forth and trying to, you know, really, there's your own header. That was a funny play there by number 9 for the Riverettes. You can see if we can get a replay of that. First he puts his foot up for the kick and then he goes right off his own head. It's those fun little things that we capture here on CTN Sports, folks. Back to live play now. Just at the 10-minute mark remaining in the opening half as the Riverettes off a goal from Steele Hurley, William Steele Hurley. And it was his, you know, Hurley had the header, and then it was placed in the net all the way by, I believe it was 15, Jake Bernstein. Either way, the Rats have the 1-0 lead. Oh, there's a great shot of that sky. You can see the nice colors all throughout. Man, it's a fall evening there, folks. Bernstein again there. And here come the Rats. They're taking it right down to the mouth of the net before it was punted all the way downfield to Trapp. Here's a strong kick. Well over midfield. Nice punt. It's going to be off the Pioneers. We'll get possession to the Riverettes. You can see another shot of the skies. We have some substitutions, new players coming on to the match. But we got all kinds of wind up here. I got doors slamming on me. It is breezy, folks. Even up in the old announcers area. Close the windows up here. Oh, what a move there. That was sweet by Josh Canfield. Just popped the ball right over the Riverette player's head. Fortunately for the Rats, there was another defender right there. Let's take another quick look at that if we have it, folks. Oh, what a save. Good job coming out of the net. Zumko for... Let's watch this. Which way did I go? Nice footwork. Now that Pioneers now back upfield. After the Huron attack, the Huron just came in and had a shot from outside. Good job by Hurley on the defense, not falling for that footwork. And here's that last shot on goal for the Rats. Coming from outside, really. And Zumko comes out for a good save. Really didn't have an opportunity of getting in, but is a good job of really tracking that ball. And again, with the wind tonight, it's tricky when the balls get in the air for the keepers. And you can see there, Zumko was really tracking the ball and not, over, playing it. Made sure that he timed his leap at the right time. Oh, there's a big breeze coming in. The gusts are coming. This has to be the remnants of one of those hurricanes that came through the country a couple days ago. All we usually have to deal with in Michigan is snow and ice, right? Good to still see the fans out there. I know that they brought some, blankets and whatnot. We'll see if they're sticking around after halftime, though, right? Here's the Pioneers now on a very deliberate attack. Very careful. They hadn't been dribbling that much. You can see the shot up top. I think that was Guttenberg. Trap has been on camera a lot tonight from the Pioneers. Their shots on goal been plentiful, but have not really had the bend it like Beckham. Looks like we got something rolling out on the field there too. I thought that was an extra ball going right towards Trap. You can see at the top of your screen. It looked like one of an errant balloon or something. I'm not sure. Oh, it looks like just a bag. For a second there, you saw something roll on the top of the screen. I'm thinking, hey. We're just under 5 minutes remaining now. Really close to the players coming onto the field of play, touching that ball before it came out of bounds. You saw number 2 for the Rats is a little upset. Moyer thought he had a play on that ball. Oh, that one's coming upstairs to me. Folks, that one is going down Stadium Boulevard. Where did he kick that one? Jeez, that's on Main Street. I was almost on camera there. That almost made it up to the booth. So, the waning moments of this opening period, we have bags flying out on the field, and that was a scary kick there by Trap. Right through 2 attackers for the Pioneers. Smart play there. They're going to run out of apparatuses to play this sport with in a moment. Going to have a pickup game. I was at a hockey match one time and we got a couple pucks come up to us. Now we have soccer balls going back to the broadcast truck. You have to get one of the Pioneers to sign that. There's a good steal there for the Rats. That's going to be a penalty for tripping. That's the first, not the first actual penalty, but the first one in a long time. Officials really have been allowing these players to play on. You can see a lot of body and really didn't even play the ball there. It was 23 banging into the River Rat player, Austin Jacobs. Come on, Lane, get up. It was just a bump now. Boy, the wind is really picking up because the press box is starting to sway a little bit. At the 2:08 mark, So if you hear me start screaming and it's not a goal, it's because I've blown away. So PA announcer John Hammond just announced 2 minutes remaining. A little off-balance shot there. For the Rats, they're just trying to find the mouth of the net, and then they go on the attack. They don't take it to the net and then unleash a shot. They shoot from outside, and then they try to get in for the rebounds. It was successful. That's how they scored their first goal. Okay, now the Pioneers with possession, but not really trying to make it up the field. Now, there you go. Come on now. Last minute of play, guys. There's a good pass there. See if we'll get a shot on the net. Unable to get to the ball. Looks like that was Chen. Pioneers are really going to have to get it up the field now with just 25 seconds left. Final 10 seconds right there. The coaches for the Rats started screaming, "Keep playing, guys." And that will do it for our opening half of our CTN Sports Game of the Week. Opening goal there by the only goal of the first half for the River Rats off of, we're going to check it at the break to make sure if it was Steele Hurley or Bernstein. But don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back here on CTN Sports with second half action of this match.
Flat Earthers! Mike Rafone! To a troll army! Autism is real! Palestinian politics! Baklava! Miss Washington! Beast forehead people! Demonic devices! Diverse viewpoints! Dynamic personalities! 30 minutes! Contact CTN to schedule your show on Access Ann Arbor. And I'm talking to you, buddy!
Catch up on FYI and other CTN programs at a2gov.org/watchctn.
PEG TV. Public, education, and government television programs reflect the specific interests and diversity of local communities. You've probably watched it without really knowing what it is or how it benefits you directly. Each community has its own personality, its own style, its own priorities, its own obstacles and needs. And one thing each community has in common is not just the need for its own voice, but access to the means to express it. PEG TV provides that. PEG TV channels are non-commercial and combined nationally deliver more original, locally made shows than all commercial television stations combined. PEG TV delivers entertaining, informational programs for everyone: seniors, youth, parents, educators, consumers, and in some areas delivers multilingual programming for ethnic communities. PEG TV also provides vital election coverage, public safety, and emergency information specific to where you live. Standard programming often includes council and commission meetings, public service announcements, and informational bulletin boards. Special interest programming often includes local festivals, parades, concerts, talk shows, magazine-style shows, and other programs unique to your village, your township, your city, and your neighborhood, which are often overlooked by commercial media programming. In many communities, PEG TV provides the only coverage of local government. Without PEG, it can be difficult for citizens to stay informed about local government issues and events. Your community has a voice, and that voice is speaking to your subdivision, your streets, your senior citizens, your property, and your family's safety, and it's speaking to you. Please learn more about this valuable resource. Tune in to your local PEG channels, then give the following websites a visit. Remember, we are your voice. PEG TV, public education and government television. Your voice, your community, your PEG.
And welcome back to the CTN Sports Game of the Week. Soccer style this week, folks. Got the River Rats and the Pioneers. Rats first to crack the scoreboard. About the 19-minute mark of the first half, we had a header. And we checked at the official scores table, and they split. They said the goal was actually awarded to Steele Hurley, and they said because he has a really good name. I didn't buy that, but that's what they said, so that's who has the goal. So here we go now. Second half action back on. First possession won by the Pioneers. I've been tweeting out some photos here, folks, so if you're watching the CTN Sports Game of the Week any week, make sure you're following me at KB Sports so you can get live updates on these games. Also, you can tweet right back at me and tell me who you thought was the player of the game. Nice tackle there. Good job coming in for the Rats. Number 21. See, really marking his player there. And then on that shot coming in, and it kind of looked like the action was precipitated by the Pioneers shoving and not so much of a flat-out tackle. Now there's a shot from outside. Quick save there for the Pioneers. Keeper, Zumko. Let's take another look at that. That was a strong shot. Is Lane coming in with a strong kick.
Insert.
Really eyed that out. Good reaction, because if that ball is up in the air, top shelf style, we might be talking 2-0. Rats again triggering it. Kind of opposite way that the match began, with Pioneer possessing the ball and getting the early shots on goal. It's a second shot off of one of the attackers for the Rats. So now this is the first shot we saw off of Lane's foot, just from a different angle. You see he has a strong kick there, and he's one of the larger players out there, height as well as weight-wise. You see him right there at the bottom of the picture. Big kid. Ever since that goal scored by the Rats, they've seemed to be a lot more into the match as far as their body language and just overall action. Number 10 for the Pioneers has shown off his footwork several times, unable to unleash a good strike at the top of the cage. Another shot wide. Ben Trapp, the keeper for the Rats, leaves it out there for Lane. Now let's take another quick look at this shot from outside. And again, I think that was Camfield 10, Martin's Caulfield, and it looked like he shot the ball just a bit wide, but the Huron defender was right in the line of fire. Good to see that our fans are sticking around for this second half into the stadium, especially as the temperature starts to drop down. Those faithful mom and dads, as well as some students over there. You see our cameramen right there. They're bundled up down there. You can see the flags blowing from the linesmen there. It's a windy night, folks. Oh, that's got to be a call there. I mean, the shirt came up out. Oh, wow, really? You mean you saw me? Number 14, come on now. That was the easy call. You see Mitchner, I believe that was him. Actually, it was 15. Chanel. Oh! As the Rats come in now, here they come on the attack. That ball just out the reach of 21. Wow, nice move there. Really set him up. And then did the pirouette backspin. Dante Bailey on that move, one of the captains for the Rats. Soccer's really, men's soccer's been dominated by the Eagles of late in this city match. And this opportunity for the Pioneers on their last attack, it really just a little bit impatient coming in. You can see here, this is for the Rats. He knows Lane just took that shot a bit too soon. Either foot. I mean, especially the way the ball was rolling. Yeah, he's still thinking about that last shot, I'm sure. But if he would have taken his time and really settled up under the ball, he could have gotten a stronger strike at the net. Huron really doing a good job there of turning and really shielding the attackers of the Pioneers away from the ball. And nobody is, oh, there, I was wondering, it's still early going to go grab the ball as the ball went out of the field of play. We said that several times, you know, early in the first half. We even got a souvenir kicked over the stadium to our broadcast truck. Well, strong kick there. Nearly 65 yards. Pioneers really need to stretch their defense out. You see 4 defenders right in the same vicinity. Again, the patience level for the River Rats on their attack isn't there. Again, what Coach Collins was talking about before the match, that his team is really trying to do a better job of knowing when to attack or when to pass. And that was an opportunity right there. If the attacker would drop the ball and allow a fellow offensive player an open shot at the net, that's a more efficient shot. Right about the 14-minute mark of the second half. Terry Collins there walking towards us. Longtime Huron head coach. Strong throw in again off of Lane. Nobody home there. The attacker really gave up on that ball, on that pass. You can see right there the wind that bends those balls when they're in the air that long. Looks like the action slowed down now. Pioneers now having trouble flipping the field and taking possession of the ball on their offensive end. Here's a good lead pass here. Trying to go backdoor, and then at first you don't succeed, Mr. Wang. Try again. That's a goal for the Rats. And you can see it's a good centering pass right here. The back foot try was not there. But unfortunately for the Pioneers, the block came right back to Wang on his strong side. And the River Rats will take a commanding 2-zip lead right at the 15-minute mark of the second half. So the Pioneers now trying to really regroup. Now let's take one more look at this pass. This is a very good angle here because he's coming right at you. And you can see how open the first foot kick was. And a good job on the defense there for the Pioneers. But again, the rebound went right inside to the wheelhouse of Wang. And he bumped it right back in.
Now in for Pioneer number 18, Nixon Holly.
Huron still trying to put more points on the scoreboard. Great job by Trapp coming out of the net, and you can see him. The man with the mask coming out of the net once again and really taking over the angle here that the Pioneer attacker had. If he doesn't come out of the net that far, you would only have, you probably would have seen a cross cage score. I think that was Dan Gutenberg on the attack for the Pioneers. Was that Hall? One of them. And Pioneers definitely are going to have to, turn up the aggression as well as the shots on the goal. And I want to say go upstairs on some of those shots. You're shooting some flat, low plane shots. You want to get these balls in the air a little bit and put some lob on it if you're the Pioneers, especially in this breeze. So Trapp could, at least try to, give him some trouble. Remember, you can follow us on all of our social media, folks, right there at the bottom of the page. And these matches every week, we're having CTN Game of the Week. This is our best season so far as the amount of games. Every single week we're at a school near you. And, this, I think, I want to say is the third time in consecutive match between these two schools. Is that right? No, let's see. Let's try that again. The third match of the season so far. And whoever wins this one, somebody will be up in the lead because Pioneer won the football game. And it looks like, I think the water polo was taken home by the Rats. And here the Rats are trying to get the early season lead. Going to have to come up with a CTN Sports Cup or something. Both players had hands on each other, and both players put their hands in the air like we didn't have, it's not on me. Austin Jacobs now. Doing a little field rearranging now. See there, the Pioneers they're kicking it into the wind, so I wonder if that ball caught a little of the breeze and was just a little bit too far of a lead pass. You have one substitution, so Lane was taking his time, allowing the change to happen for the Rats.
In for Huron, number 10, Mundar Chen.
Got to keep your head on a swivel, even on the bench there. Once again, the River Rat players do a good job of not just marking their players, but really, really putting their body in between the ball and the Pioneer attackers and shielding them away. And once again, the pass to the left-hand side looks a little bit too wide. Lane unable to get there, But you can see that Huron has found something that they feel good about. And those are those lead passes to the right, to left side of their attack and to the right of the cage.
Number 7, Jackson Hall.
Well, it's just, that's probably the worst toss of a jersey we've seen in a while, at least for number 12. Powell kind of looked over at Hall and said, "Hey, man, what are you doing? I know you're taking my position, but you're really going to make me jump the fence?" A lot of holding going on there between the two players. And Wang just scored a goal. So let's take a look at the worst jersey toss ever. I'm subbing for you. You're my guy. Wait a minute. That deserved to say, "Hey, man, really?" What a throw.
Louis Fischera, number 6, now in for the Pioneers.
Jersey caught the win. I'm going to leave it at that. Well, see, Josh, number 10 for the Pioneers, is really crafty with his footwork. You can see how he, and now they're, oh, that's 18. I'm sorry, I looked for like 10 from the booth here, but Nixon Holly there taking a page from Josh Martin's Caulfield. And it looks like a stoppage of play. Now that's the proper way of handing a jersey off in windy conditions, Pioneers.
So Batista now in for Huron, number 13.
Now the Pioneers are back on the attack. Really haven't had a possession in this second half and put any real pressure on the keeper, Trapp. Trapp's defense in front of him has been stellar. Which way did I go? Not a lot of passing going on, a lot of dribbling by each player trying to show off their moves. Kind of and one style, right? Pioneers are gonna have to try to get their ball on their side of the field because all of this action right here is just really killing the clock, and to be down by 2 goals in the second half, probably not the strategy if you want to win. See the aggressive play there out of the River Rat attacker. Wang already with 1 goal. Came in there with a lot more aggression than the Pioneer players seems to have. So those are the kind of passes or shots on the net that I was talking about. If you can really command the ball towards the mouth of the net like that, you're going to do yourself some good work, really. And you saw that on the goal from the River Rats, where you put the ball just by the net, and you want to have your attackers go in there and maybe catch one of those caroms. Smart play there by Lane to get that ball up in the air. 15 for the Rats coming back in is Bernstein. His header on that the first goal of the game off the rebound from Steele Hurley. Got the Rats on the board to start off. These officials have done a great job of allowing the teams to really play. Not a lot of whistles. Some of our matches with officials take over. Not sure, looks like there was an injured player for the Rats coming over towards the bench now. Not trying to get any help from the trainers either. So as the players, take a walk to the sides, great time to remind you to check out a2gov.org and watch CTN's other quality programming. We have a full lineup, folks. You can learn about all things Ann Arbor on Comcast Channel 19 on FYI weekdays at 10, 6, as well as 10 p.m. And check out our archive episodes of Ann Arbor's weekly news magazine at a2.org, a2.gov.org/watch CTN. Now the play's back on. Nearing the 10-minute mark of this second half. Great move there. Again, for the Pioneers, though, really good job of stepping up and taking the ball away from the Rat attacker. Boy, Dante Bailey. He's really skilled with that ball. You can see he kind of lights up right when it comes near him. Right there, number 9. He's a big player. Just a classic soccer frame. Not sure what that whistle was for. Maybe it was offsides. It looks like it was. Doing a little shield work out there as the ref. Get out of the way, buddy. Good defense there by the Rats, really staying in front of the Pioneer players. Having them backtrack as opposed to moving the ball upfield. There's Bailey again, coming in a timely defense, really. As the second half of this match just winds down, you hope the Pioneers would really try to turn on their offense a little more than they've had this opening 20 minutes of the second half. Yeah, somebody's obviously hurt. Limping towards the sideline is Chang. Opportunity for some other substitutions.
Pioneer substitution. substitutions, number 5, Jonah Gutenberg. Number 17,
You can see the Rats are, I know it's over 14 minutes remaining, but they're starting to take their time with the ball and smartly work the clock as well as beating your opponent. Pioneer will remain possession. Looks like it was last off of the River Rats it was called, so this will be a corner. It's the first corner of the second half for the Pioneers. Actually, they didn't take it down inside. They tried to quick kick, and now possession will go to the Rats. Nice little throw in there from Lane. No pushing. No call for pushing, I should say. Or maybe it was. Now we're going to slow down action. This is how coaches take over a match late in the match. They'll start substitutions that take off a little bit extra time off of a clock. So that's Coach Collins there for the Rats. There's a good ball.
Amman Punjabi, number 7, in for the River Rats.
That's Benny Wang there, number 4. He had the assist on the last goal. And there's a trip from the back, not called. It looks like it was Finchera, number 6 for the Pioneers. Got his feet tangled up with one of the River Rat players. And once again, trap. It's going to go back to the Pioneers. You can see that trip right there. I mean, a little bit of a soccer flop, maybe. So now we're going to get a corner again off of a substitution. So Pioneer, this is a big opportunity here to get that donut off the scoreboard. Players marking each other, coming out, almost losing the ball there was Trapp. He finds his way down to the surface often when he comes up with those saves. You can see him pop out of nowhere from here. It's a good job not allowing that ball to get towards the center of the net. Covering it up very well for another save for Trapp. Went for the pass as opposed to the shot, but nobody was home. Luis Finchera coming in, and just, you know, I think he saw one of his attackers, but the pass was behind him. Good throw in, and before that we'll get a substitution again, this time for the Pioneers. At the 11:20 mark here remaining in this match. Wow, almost took a knee to the head. Good job there of sportsmanship from the two players coming together there. opposite of what we saw on this field a week ago on the CTN Sports Game of the Week, where players are running off the bench and not demonstrating any type of sportsmanship. That's third shot on the goal within the last minute for the Pioneers. It's good to see them turning up their energy and their efforts on the offense attack. I don't know how our cameramen are out there in shorts. These guys aren't dressing for their job. You see cameramen on, with shorts on, and people in the stands with full winter gear. Look at that. They got blankets over there, people. Gotta keep warm. I want our camera folks not to get sick. That's all. So we can have more CTN Sports Game of the Weeks. Gotta keep those folks hydrated. And Pioneers kicking the ball the wrong way. Huron now collapsing their defense, making those attacks with the dribble action just tough, as we're not a lot of time remaining on that scoreboard if you're a Pioneer person, hoping that they come away with the win. Jake Bernstein right there, credited with the first goal of this match.
Substitutions for Huron, number 10, Montana Chan, and number 12, William Turnbull.
Trying to reset the attack are the Pioneers, once again, kicking it backwards. Here on defense, right when they come across midfield, you can see very aggressive. Both players doing some spinning, but they didn't have the ball.
Also in for Pioneer, number 27.
Good hustle there. Unfortunately, can't catch up with it was Mitchell. So let's see who spins the best here. You or you? We're gonna have to go to the judges. Always want to, watch the guys that come out to the soccer field with the headband. They're usually better players. So I'm looking at Brendan Novar, number 31. Thinking big things out of you, number 31 for Pioneer. Not really flipping the field, really staying on one side. There you go, Pioneer. Got to spread the defense out of the Rats. That has to get called in front of the official. Bull, right? Full arm grab. Wang showing off some good footwork. There's a great lead pass right on the foot. What a shot! Oh my gosh! Now that's a Huron goal! Rats! 5:45. Goal scored. Sakar.
With the assist.
Sakoff on the goal, number 6. It was the lead pass. Watch this pass right on the foot. Now that was a great pass off of Turnbull. And then the shot is a good job of coming out of the net, but it was above average shot. We've been asking for those type of strikes all night. And that shot off of Sukarv, he's one of the captains for the Rats. I mean, just watch the way. First, I love the foot action, the left foot pass, and then he timed it well. And that was I'd give him about 20 yards on the shot, but he took a good angle upstairs, top shelf. And the Rats will take a 3-zip. And it looks like the official will let that play go on. You saw some contact up top right when we came out of the replay there, and it looked like there was going to be a call on one of the Pioneers. Officials let the players go on. Now the Rats are definitely now working the clock as we're under 5-minute mark. So some really good action here in the second half for Coach Terry Collins. Some good film to really share with his team as far as, you know, knowing where your player is at is what Coach Collins was talking to me about before the match. And that right there, Coach Collins, you can run that one back and forth and show it over and over again, because that's the type of plays that you're looking for. Number 8 Lane there has been involved in a lot of action. Oh, it's time to sit down, Coach. You've worked it. Sitting there talking to Dante Bailey. You can see a gray hat in there. Now this guy right here, got to watch it. Oh, this is a great opportunity for the Pioneers. This is a good opportunity. What a save. Good job by Trap. He's just playing some trap music out here tonight all night long. And look at Ben Trapp. Come out here. Play some music for me. He's got a mask on his face. It doesn't matter. And so we're about 3 minutes remaining here in the match. Number 20 coming in with a little bit of a foul from Humani. Humani kind of came into the back, and it looked like coming down on his ankle was Lane. He just didn't see the player come in and push him. And you can see Lane right here didn't expect it, and is more of a hit in the kidney area, but he was grabbing his ankle or shin, saying that that was giving him some issues. Nothing funny about a player getting injured. You know, we always make fun of these soccer injuries, but players, especially when they're getting hit and they don't notice the contact coming in, can really be susceptible for an injury. So we're going to take one more look, and you can see the right foot kind of turn in right on the contact there, and you can see the reaction out of Lane that right from the contact that something more than just the contact was bothering them. And now back to live action play. 2:35 remaining in the game clock. Rats now, maybe trying to add more. Wow, there's another strong contact. And they say soccer isn't a contact sport. Excuse me.
In for Pioneer, number 16, Parker Stamos.
And Jackson Hall, the Pioneer Junior, coming in with that strong hit, number 7. He's been involved in a lot of plays. Other than throwing the jersey, he did a bad throwing the jersey, folks. Rewind the tape. It was horrible. It was totally not top 10 action for the shirt throw-in. But we've had some, worse throw-ins on our games of the week. We had some really poor throw-ins from this judge. I want to call him Terry. Not going to put his name out there, Terry. But Terry was bad at water polo toss-ins. Wow.
1 minute.
See, we haven't seen you all night, sir. And Mr. Joe Official been allowing these players to play on through all the contact tonight. And really, for both teams, that aren't holding down a stellar win-loss record. Both teams still trying to get their feet up under them. And both, benches have played very much a spirited, even match. Now our final 10 seconds of the match, and this one will go for the River Rats as we count down the final seconds of this match. I want to say congratulations to both teams. They played a very spirited match. Coach Collins, his team will come away with the 3-zip win. Had goals scored by Bernstein in the first half, and then in the second half, we had Wang, and we definitely had Sakar on the final goal. So I want to say thank you for tuning in. I want to say thanks to all the crew, Robert, Gage, Natalia, Jason, Chloe, and some guy named Rob Cross. And for everyone else out in the CTN Sports, I'm Kevin Bryant. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you once again here on the CTN Sports Game of the Week.